Hello, my name is John DeRoyan, part of media and culture class under Shannon Sakira, and this is the second of the vlogs I will be uploading. For this vlog, I will be analyzing the Rhetorical Act, Chapter 13. That is the chapter regarding media as a rhetorical construct and understanding the medium of transmission. As for reading pop culture, I will be covering the readings regarding Knox, Brenner, Rose, Klosterman, Baruch, and more. So let us begin with the Rhetorical Act, Chapter 13. Now, the Rhetorical Act, Chapter 13, in very brief summary, sort of is an overview of the complications now posed by the all encompassing nature of modern media because there is an understanding in the way that an audience receives a message that each and every single person in an audience is probably going to come up with a different interpretation. Now, a general interpretation can arise if people share similar ideas, but nowadays, most people have differing opinions on things. And this is further exacerbated by the fact that certain analogies are used by what the book calls cybervangelists. And these so called cybervangelists mention how we are no longer an isolated, sort of insular community because of the internet. Now the audience is so wide and broad, and the possibilities are so unfathomable that has kind of inexorably affected the way in which society functions. Now, moving on to the reading pop culture um, readings. Now, Vicens, apologies for the mispronunciation, but Vicessimus Knox is his reading in particular is of great interest because his sentiments echo the very familiar sentiments of many conservative or puritanical thinkers against the effects of modern trends sort of degrading the youth's minds and sort of degrading our moral character, making it so we no longer think critically and are sort of rendered docile by these like mind melting activities. Now, what is funny about Vicessimus Knox is that um, he lived around the 18th to 19th century. What he is criticizing here is not phones or technology, but fictional books. That's right, fictional books. These fictional books, he argues, are actually of great detriment to his society. So it is very humorous in a strange sort of way to see these sentiments echoed all the way to now, except with phones. So, considering the manner in which he discusses his subject, he uses what we might call logos, that is, guiding the reader through logical considerations. Now, the next reading by Brenner um, is an essay on fan culture. She sort of uh, argues that fan works and fan fiction in general is a positive, transformative process in which an original cultural work is reinterpreted, which is interesting because it kind of connects to our rhetorical act chapter regarding how everyone gets something different out of a piece of media, sort of showing how everyone kind of has their own interpretation of something. Um, and she sort of, kind of takes it in that direction. As for Frank Rose, um, he is able to get his rhetoric across by placing the reader in the shoes of one Jordan Weissman, uh, and sort of explaining how Weissman went on this journey of affecting pop culture through a very profound way through video games, particularly Halo, and how role playing games that typically these conservative thinkers decry, such as Dungeons and Dragons, actually helped him a great deal in sort of reaching this place where he could enter the cultural discourse in a very profound way. As for Klosterman, his rhetorical method is primarily hinged on metaphor, rather effectively using the thematic metaphor of zombies to get his point across, and Barack uses a hypothetical scenario regarding the fear of missing out and an analogy regarding warfare, actually, and more kind of harkens to his audience, that is, people who play video games. So all of these people have different methods of getting their point across.